Book of the Ensign, the first collection of writings. Chapter 1. An Ensign unto the Nations. The Book of Oracles, beginning from whence it was, as thus declared, bearing record of Isaiah the captive. And though he doth bear record of himself, yet his testimony is true. For it was revealed unto him through the Holy Scriptures, his commission in the end of days, that all righteousness would be fulfilled, according to all that which is written in the prophets. And Adonai will lift up an ensign to the nations from far, and will hiss unto them from the end of the earth. And behold, they shall come with speed swiftly, as in another place. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. Moreover, Isaiah took up his parable about the time of his rising, touching his nativity. And thus said he, Now there once was a woman who, being fruitful, didst bear many comely children, as at the time of youth, who toward her latter walked naked and barefoot, as a sign and for a wonder concerneth the things which must shortly come to pass. And in the process of time came it to pass, that the woman, being with child, travailing in birth and pain to be delivered, brought forth all her children, a son who is to stand as an ensign for all nations. But Satan stood afore the woman to resist her at the time appointed, in which she was ready to be delivered, for to destroy her child as soon as it was born. Notwithstanding, the woman, soon to flee, would escape her trouble unto a place Yahweh Adonai hadst prepared for her, that where he is, there she would be also. Thus the woman rescued of El accomplished her times of trouble. Wherefore Yahweh Shammah didst number her days 62. Yet there was another woman who was a widow, well stricken in years beyond childbearing, and she accomplished her days of about 64. For she, departing not from the temple, didst so till she couldst no longer. And she served her Eloah in obedience and in sacrifice continually, both night and day. Now the widow, before her days were fulfilled, prayed unto Yahweh Yireh to receive a child to raise, though her womb being shut up by reason of old age. And although she was well beyond years of child-rearing, gave she thanks likewise unto Yahusha, her Eloah. For she counted him faithful, he who had promised. For the widow lauded him, extolling him publicly as Most High, even on account of her already answered prayers, though not as of yet seen. Therefore came it to pass, before the woman fled away, that she inquired of the widow to take her son and care for him, knowing the day of her departure hadst drawn closely nigh at hand. For the woman was greatly afflicted with weaknesses and infirmities. Thus the child was given in unto the care of the widow immediately after it was born. And in those days there were certain saints, greatly filled with the Ruach Yahweh. And they anointed the widow, the woman, and her belly with child, that it mayest be sanctified unto Yahweh Adonai, even afore birth. Thus it came to pass, that as the child grew, he waxed strong in grace, endowed with the Ruach Etzah, the Ruach Chokmah, and the Ruach Da'ath. And the favor of Yahweh rested upon him, even in troublous times, therein the land of decreed captivity. For in the infancy of youth, as when the Ruach Chem Tachanunium came there upon him, came it to pass also that the young child made he his request unto Yahweh Nikki, that he would one day learn to handle gloriously music to play upon the organ there in the temple. Yet as the child grew continually, troubled he the widow, who was well beyond years of child-rearing, and as a thorn in the flesh, troubled he the widow so exceedingly, that if it were possible, it would hath repented her for raising him as her very own. Yet, though knowing not what purpose it was placed there to fulfill, proved it to be a blessing. Yet in the latter years according to the process of her prayers, for the widow's prayers were fully answered. And though she did not get to see the blessing of the performed promise in her lifetime, as thus worked she faithfully in Yahweh's vineyard, laboring till she could no longer, trusting always in his holy promises.